week, we are kicking off a new series called Making Sense. We're going to explore the mysterious and sometimes amazing world involving our senses. First up, we're talking to a nurse named Megan Pohlmann, who can literally feel your pain. It's called mirror touch synesthesia. Look at how she lives with this.
I get you. I get you.
To be a nurse at St. Louis Children's Hospital is the best thing that I could imagine.
You are a strong little guy, aren't you?
I chose to be a nurse because when my brother was born in 1992, he had a severe heart defect, and he was treated here at St. Louis Children's Hospital. He had 2 open heart surgeries. Nursing was an easy fit for me to give back for what my family had received.
Megan's dedication to her job makes her a beloved nurse.
I get your cheeks. I get those cheeks.
But there is something else that sets her apart. Megan can actually feel what her patients feel.
I have a brain trait called synesthesia. My brain has connections that other people's brain do not. I have a type called mirror touch synesthesia, where I feel other people's emotions and oftentimes feel their pain or other sensations as my own, although to a lesser degree. If someone's hurting, for instance, if they have a cut on their arm, I can feel that they're sad or that they're processing that pain in their head. But then when I visualize the injury, I'll get a feeling on my spine that's kind of similar to being on a roller coaster. It's that gut-dropping feeling, and the electricity kind of shoots up my spine and out my arms and my extremities. On any given day, I never know what to expect.
As a wife and mother to 3 small children, Megan can sometimes feel overwhelmed by it all. And if her kids get sick,
just as any mom hates to see their kids sick, it's even more so for me, because if they're sick and feeling nauseous or have a headache or are in pain in any way, I'm feeling it too.
Over the years, Megan has figured out a way to use synesthesia to her advantage, both at home and at work.
Now that I know what MTS is, and I know that it's a real thing, I'm able to harness that, and I can purposely use it to make my patient's day better. In many cases, I feel like this is a gift because it helps me help my patients.
Please welcome Megan Pohlmann. So, I heard that this is hereditary, and that your grandfather had it. And can you tell the audience how he figured out which of his grandchildren might also have it?
Yes, so my grandpa actually saw sounds, and he didn't realize that it was hereditary until the golden age of Google in the 90s.
What do you mean saw sounds?
So when he would hear a song playing, for example, he will see kind of in the space in front of him, he would see a visualization with colors and shapes and movement.
And that correlation between a color and a shape, or a color and a letter or something, that's very common. So go ahead. Among you people, synesthesia people.
If you think about all of the ways our brain processes senses, there's so many ways crisscrossing can happen. So there's many different types. I don't see sounds, but I feel sounds on my body. So, for example, if I'm listening to a violinist, I will actually feel it deep in my chest, in my lungs.
So he called up and asked his 3 grandkids what color, or what question?
He said, "What is 3?" And all of my siblings said a number, but I said blue.
That's how he knew she had it. 3 is blue. And what color is A?
Yellow.
Okay, we have obviously a lot to talk about. We're going to do that after the break. More, along with a doctor who physically experiences the pain of his patients, including death. Don't go away. And we're back now with Megan Pohlmann, a pediatric nurse with mirror touch synesthesia, a trait that allows her to feel the emotions of those around her. Also joining us is Dr. Joel Salinas, an assistant professor of neurology at Harvard, who also has mirror touch synesthesia. He writes about his experiences in the new book, Mirror Touch, a memoir of synesthesia and the secret life of the brain. You can have up to 80 sort of traits of synesthesia, like forms of it. You've got almost all of them, Joel.
Yeah, I was quite a bit of them. But mirror touch is the one that really has affected me as a physician.
So when you see me doing this, do you feel that?
Yeah, it's like there's a very physical, literal, like phantom hand moving along the left side of my face.
Statue of Liberty?
That too, yeah. Even
Makes you
like
feel
the
what?
Pointy crowns. Yeah, it's like my arm is extended up, and it's like a mirror. So because it's your right hand, I feel it reflected in the left side of my body. Yeah, mirror touch is this mind-blowing part of the brain that hardly anybody knows about. And research has been learning so much about it that it helps us to understand how we really relate with one another.
1.6% of the population has this.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks they have it a little bit. The ability to feel somebody else's emotion. Is that possible? Can you have a little bit of this?
Yeah, I think it's like we're all on a spectrum where some of us, like 1.6% of the population, are on this extreme end that can be tested in a lab as having mirror touch. But the rest of us fall all along that spectrum. So people who walk into a room and take on the negativity of the room that they're in may be higher on that spectrum as well.
What about you, Megan? When you go to a funeral, as somebody who can feel people's emotional pain, what's that like for you?
It's very overwhelming. From everything from the grief of the family to just the awkwardness of everyday interactions with humans can be very overwhelming.
Are you like a human lie detector? I mean, can you tell when the person's getting the nervous energy?
Sometimes. Yeah, I like to think that I'm very good.
What are you feeling right now?
I think we've done a good job of freaking everyone out.
You're right. Now, what about, I mean, you were on the physicality. When you watch a boxing match,
Yeah.
do you feel punches in the face?
Yeah, you know, it's and as a brain doctor with mirror touch, there's the pleasurable experiences and also the painful experiences as well, and that can help us have maybe a deeper connection with our patients, including their pain and their care. For example, there was a woman with cerebral palsy who could not speak, and I was asked to see her because she had become combative one morning. Though the subtle sensation of rapid chest rising in my own chest helped us to find out that she was agitated not because she was angry, but because she had blood clots in her lungs. Without
I mean, if I were you, I'd be watching nothing but Disney, maybe some Cinemax. I don't know, maybe a little.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of boxing.
As a little kid watching cartoons, I remember watching like Bugs Bunny chewing on a carrot, and I'd feel like I was chewing on a carrot, or Wile E. Coyote getting hit by a truck and feel like I was hit by a truck.
Unbelievable. And then so he devoted his life to medicine, to figuring out what this is, and it's all in the new book. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.